Hi, everybody. Hey, I want to run a dream past you that I had this morning. I think it's important. I was in my dream, I had a neighbor's car parked in front of my house, another car parked in front of my house on the opposite side of the street, and then our van that we have. And when I came out in the morning, I noticed that the cars had been hit. My neighbor's car had been hit completely in the front and the back. The car in the middle had been hit as well on the side, and then our van was hit in the front. And I walked out to check the damage, and one of the neighbors' children came out, and she saw it and began to freak out. And I went back in the house, and all of a sudden, people from the neighborhood were chasing someone who I guess was either breaking into houses or something. It was some sort of a theft, or I'm assuming, or robbery. But the interesting thing to me is that all the neighbors came out with their own weapons, and they're not police, they're not authorities. They just came out and they had their own weapons, and they were taking matters into their own hands to try and fight injustice. And what I felt like is that in a time when everything's out of control and it looks like that we're just, we're quarantined, we don't know what's going on, we're taking all the advice that we've got, but then pretty soon we get fed up with things that we feel we're being robbed by, and we go and take matters in our own hands and run out in our front yards, which are future things, and we start shooting at things. And there was a shootout going on in the neighborhood. And I immediately woke up and thought, this is a crazy dream. It's almost like just defining where people are at. They're just getting brittle as it pertains to, we don't know what to do, and things are happening, and we feel robbed, and we're not really sure how to handle this, so we're just going to take matters in our own hands. Here's the flip side of that dream. When cars or people's lives or their vehicles, when things were hit, or they were in the middle of the night, a car had come around, I guess, and hit these other vehicles, that just means you're getting a new one. It means that you're getting ready to have a new structure for your family to drive in, a vehicle for your family to drive in. And so it will look different. It will have an upgraded model, and you won't have the old dilapidated vehicle again. All three were in a row, and I think it pertained to three people that I know. So, but it was also a time where it was the daughter who was a preteen or maybe a teenager, and she was freaking out because she saw the car first. And I feel like it pertained to that generation. They're uninformed, or they're watching everything go by, and they're not quite sure how this is going to shake out for them. And she was unhinged. I tried to comfort her. I tried to tell her it's okay, it's going to be fine. But then the shootout started where neighbors were taking matters into their own hands. So I want to warn you that during a time like this, don't get a knee-jerk reaction to stuff, okay? You've got to pay attention. You're not going out with haste or by flight. God is going before us. He's going to show us how to navigate these days. Don't take matters into your own hands. You're not being ripped off. I know it feels that way. I feel that way. But it's not true, okay? We are being protected right now from something that it seems other prophets, actually, ones that aren't even here anymore, have predicted certain things like this would happen. So God, again, does nothing without he first reveal it to his servants, the prophets. So we have to trust God right now, and don't get hasty, and don't start striking out and trying to take things out of his control and put them in your control, okay? There's only certain things you can do right now. So I want to encourage you with that. You're just going to get an upgrade. It's going to be a better situation than what you had currently or before. And God's going to arrest the evildoer. He's going to they're his enemies. The thief comes, but the devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. So we know where it comes from. But we're not going to use the weapons, our carnal weapons, our weapons that are of our own ability. We're going to use weapons of warfare. So that's where the prayer comes in, okay? All right, I wanted to share that with you because it was a pretty cool dream, and I think it was very telling about where we are right now. All right, bye.